गौरचन्द्र परम करुणा पहुँ दुई जना निताई गौरचन्द्र सब अवतार सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंद सब अवतार सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंद भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी विषय छारिया सरस मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि त्रिभुवने नाई हे मन दयाल देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाई हे मन दयाल दाता पशु पाखे झुरे पाषाण वेदरे शुणी जार गुण गाथा पशु संसारे पड़िया हिली पड़िया ए पदे नहिल आशा संसारे मजिया रहिली पड़िया से पदे नहिल आशा अपना कर्म भुंजाए सामन कहे लोचन दास अपना परम करुणा पहुँ दुई जना निताई गौरचन्द्र परम करुणा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रमानंदे। हरि हरि। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
Dear devotees, we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata, chapter 12, text 180. I don't know whether you are remembering, we were reading Mahaprabhu's interaction with Kolavecha Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar was so dear to Nimai Pandit or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he would spend every day 1 hour to 1.5 hours every day. That's a lot. That's a lot. Spending 1.5 hours every day is actually extremely, how dear Kolavecha Sridhar must be. Kolavecha Sridhar in Krishna Lila was a Gopal Balak, Gwalwala, cowherd friend of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is spending time with him. So when Sridhar saw that Nimai had arrived, offered him obeisances and a place to sit. Kolavecha Sridhar would offer. You must be knowing that Kolavecha Sridhar was a very poor person and he was selling all banana plant related things. That is the plantain leaf, the banana leaves, banana root, banana flower, sometime also banana. That's all he will sell, and hardly he will get anything. And whatever he would get, 50% he will spend in the worship of Mother Ganga. Every day he would do that. And he was very happy because he was continuously chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Many of you might not be knowing that on the Mahaprakash Lila, when Mahaprabhu would send his associates in the middle of the night, go and bring Kolavecha Sridhar. Where is Kolavecha Sridhar? And his associates will rush hither and thither, and finally they would hear in the middle of a field the very clear, distinct recitation Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And associates of Lord Chaitanya could realize, here is Kolavecha Sridhar. They lifted him, placed him on their shoulder and brought him in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Kolavecha Sridhar. Every moment he was chanting Krishna's name. Dear devotees, if you have taste for chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then you don't need anything to do. You don't need anything to do. If you have a natural taste for the holy name, then you have nothing in this world to do. So, Kolovich Sridhar was the bright example of that principle. Sridhar was always peaceful in his behavior, while the Lord enjoyed playing the role of an agitated young man. The Lord said, Sridhar, you always chant the name of Hari, so why are you always afflicted by poverty? This is the very pertinent question. Kolabecha Sridhar constantly chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he's saying, Mahaprabhu is saying that why are you in penury? Why are you so poor? Mahaprabhu himself appeared in a very poor Brahman's house. We saw Mahaprabhu's wife Lakshmi Priya is from a very poor family. So, spiritual opulence cannot be measured using material values. Trillions of material universes have no value if you pick a simple dust particle from the bank of Yamuna. Trillions of gold mines, trillions of diamond mines is of no value if you can pick one dust particle from the bank of Yamuna. So, this so-called penury among devotees is a blessing in guise, because that way devotees will not be disturbed by Maya. In one way, we say that we should be detached from everything material. We should be detached from everything material. And by Krishna's grace, you are illiterate, you have no wealth, but you have taste for chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What you would like then? Would you like this state? Or you would like a state of opulence, good life, good family, good connection, good aristocracy, good birth, good beauty, good education. So only very few can understand the value of taste for chanting of the holy name. If we are able to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My dear devotees, if you are able to chant with interest, with great respect, great relish, you are very fortunate. Today, Ansul was asking me a question. Sir, Brahmaji came as Haridas Thakur in Chaitanya Lila, and he must be coming every day. How many days Brahma has? How many days Brahma has? 100 into 365, 36,500 days. So, how many days Brahma has passed, almost 18,000 650, 325. 18,325 days Brahma has already passed. That means Lord Chaitanya has come here 18,325 times at least. Each time Brahma has come. And still Brahma is bewildered. That was his question. It's a genuine question. It's a genuine question. So I gave the answer like this. I said, dear friend, how many time or how much time in a day you feel you are intimately with Krishna? You may be chanting 2 hours every day. You might be doing some service. But how much time you really felt you were with Krishna? Many days you may not be with Krishna. And if you are with Krishna, maybe that very fraction, just like Narada experienced, that fraction of a moment with Krishna. That fraction. And that doesn't happen in everybody's life. Okay? But then, even if you have that fraction moment, then the rest moment of the day, you are overwhelmed by tension, anxiety, and influence of Maya in terms of 3 modes of material nature. I told him, if you are a student, then you are overwhelmed by your quizzes, by your exams, and so forth. You ask Ravi Nitai Chand. Every review comes with a love letter for Ravi Nitai Chand. I regret that your paper cannot be published. And Ravi Nitai Chand, you will see his face like this big. Right? It shrinks into a point. So, that is how each one of us, we are overwhelmed by the 3 modes of material nature. And what to speak of Brahmaji? Brahmaji is taking care of the entire universe. Entire universe. Today we were reading from Bhagavatam. In the beginning of the universe, Brahma has 100 years and universe has 100 years. So when universe was in Kaumara stage, what is Kaumara? 5-year-old. So when the universe was 5-year-old, only 5-year-old the universe was. That time, Kumaras appeared. 4 Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, Sanandana. 4 Kumaras they appeared. And they captured the essence of Kumara. And they remained Kumara for the rest of their life. It's a very beautiful synchrony with the universe. Okay? And Brahma, for fraction of a moment, he comes and plays the part of Haridas Thakur and goes back. And that enlivening moment for him sustains him for rest of the day. Again he has to wait when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come, and he will come and chant 3 lakhs name every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That means in 8.6 billion years of life, he has that very fortunate moment of 0.46 second to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just think about it. Just think about it. We take Krishna's association for granted. We take devotees' association for granted. We take divinity for granted. लक्ष्मीकांते सेवाना करिया केने तुमी अन्ना वस्त्रे दुख पाओ कहो देखी सुनी. Can you please tell me why, after serving the beloved Lord of Lakshmi, you do not get sufficient food and clothes? So, Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit is kidding with his cowherd friend, Kolavecha Sridhara, is saying you are worshipping Krishna, but what are you getting? Krishna is the husband of Lakshmi, and you have no food, no cloth. Anybody today, for the first time, Ashish Gupta, we will give chance to Ashish Gupta, because for last 2 days Ashish Gupta is joining, so he is Ashish Gupta, Sam Murari has come, so we will give him chance to read today. Padore. Share the screen.
Share this. Hare Krishna. Commentary. Lord Narayan is the omnipotent sole proprietor of unlimited opulences. In order to test his own servant, Sridhara, the Lord asked him why the servants of Narayana remain afflicted with poverty in this world, even though they are at the wealth of their Lord. Although followers of Sakta philosophy who wish to mitigate their poverty or gratify their senses and fulfill their self-interest offer water and tulsi leaves at the feet of Narayan and thus receive mundane opulences or temporary benefits. They do not achieve eternal good fortune. But the fully surrendered servant of Narayana who are engaged in unalloyed service do not accept any exchange for service. In order to exhibit the ideal example of such Vaishnava qualities, Lords associated from Vaikuntha display various poverty-stricken pastimes. But such pastimes, however, they do not feel any misery. They have the following strong conviction at heart. Tumhare sevaya dukha hai yata se oe tarta parama sukha. Whatever misery comes in the course of your service is my greatest happiness. They do not desire anything from the Lord for their own sense gratification. But foolish person, through material vision, inspired by external consideration, think that Vaishnavas are afflicted by various needs. Since due to the lack of wealth, Sridhara, Vipra or other pure devotees of the Lord appear from the material point of view unable to accumulate fine items of enjoyment. But this question naturally happens. This is clearly seen in this between Sridhara and Lord Sundar.
Wonderful purport by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Very wonderful purport. Normally devotees, they are, although they appear externally poverty-stricken, but they don't look at the material opulence. They don't look at the material opulence. They despise the material opulence. In fact, they curse material opulence because the happiness they have within, so oceanic. Internally they are so happy. Their heart is constantly dancing. Their mind is always singing the glories of Krishna. The ears are getting sanctified by the vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The hands are raised upward in glorification of Krishna. The legs are used in dancing. So these devotees are extraordinary. They don't look at the material opulence at all. One of the great example of this principle is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Once Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's servant Bihari was given 1 rupee coin, and Bihari kept it with him. And Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was so disturbed. He was thinking, this Bihari is my assistant, and if he gets contaminated by this 1 rupee coin, then my life will be disturbed. And he regained his natural happiness only when Bihari donated that one to another Vaishnava or Brahmana. So this is the nature of a pure devotee. They are full, they are complete within. They don't desire anything external. Nothing external they desire. This is so. There are people, they want Maya. So Maya comes. Sunil Reddy is here. Sarvatma Shyam Das. He came to me and said, "Sir, I want to do PhD." I said, "What you will do with the PhD? I don't see that there is a possibility that you will get a Nobel Prize. So what is the hell that you will do with a PhD? Better give this life to Krishna. Just give your life to Krishna. Just develop the heart to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Why? Why you want? If you have good education, instead of using that education for earning Maya, reject that education and earn Bhakti. Earn Bhakti. So people, see, by our karma, some of us we are blessed. Not blessed, I would say we are cursed. We are cursed. We are cursed with some little material intelligence, material opulence, maybe material beauty. These are all curse. In this age of Kali, these are all curse. If you have little material beauty, what do? You go. Where is the mirror? Mirror. Now once Gopal Krishna Maharaj was telling, There was a lift. In a lecture, Gopal Krishna Maharaj was telling there was a lift and lot of complaint came. The lift is not good. Lift is not good. And then Maharaj said, the owner of the apartment fitted nice colored glass. The lift is yes, there is no change in the lift. But nice first class mirror. And all their complaint vanished. Because people were thinking, hey, why it is going so fast? It should go very slow. So, little beauty, and we want to. What is that? Divasa sarira saje. Michhe nidavase galore rati. Divasa sarire saje. Michha nidavase galore rati. Night you spend thinking that you are sleeping. And daytime what you are doing? Sarira marjana. Take care of the body. How beautiful I am. When I travel in the train, I see my co-passengers, they have grey hair. Hardly there is hair. But there is a comb in the back pocket. So when station would come, for what reason? So these are all curse. The so-called beauty, the so-called education, these are actually curse. Unless we are benedicted with the taste for Krishna's name. Because in this world you cannot have access to the divinity except through a bona fide process. And that bona fide process is given to us by the causeless grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu said, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have to recognize this. Sridhara bole na upavasa tana kori, choto hoka bada hoka, vastra dekha pari. Sridhar replied, at least I am not starving. And whether small or large, I am still wearing some cloth. Reply of Sridhar was, what is the issue? Because Sridhar is an absolute joy. Sridhar is an absolute joy. He is not at all unhappy. See, whatever you do, wherever you do, if you are not happy with whatever you are doing, so nobody can make you happy. If you tell someone that you cook for Krishna, he says, am I Khansama? Correct? Hey boy, you are given a service to cook for Krishna. You should be happy with that service. Instead you complain. You are given some service to Krishna. If you cannot appreciate that and you are not happy with that service, that means you are sick fellow. You are a sick fellow. You need electric shock. Yes. People would come to me and they will ask me, I have this issue, that issue. What I will tell? I'll tell you, we'll solve your problem. I say, you give as many shoes to those issues and remain peaceful within. Wherever you are, whatever is service is given to you, be happy with that service. And chant Hare Krishna, like we have one Radhakant Das in Gurukul. He is always unhappy. He is doing lot of service. He has done lot of service. but is unhappy. Why? Focus on chanting. Whatever service is given, don't have a big eye. You understand what is big eye? That is, you can eat only 2 chapatis, but even 10 chapatis given, no, give me 2 more. Arey, eat that much that your body can consume. If you eat 2 chapati, you will go to toilet. If you eat 12 chapati, you will also eat 2, you will go to toilet more time. Okay? So you have to recognize this. So do seva, even if it is small seva. Be satisfied, be content. Be content. Be happy with your service. Then you will be empowered a lot by Krishna. Okay? First learn how to be content in your service. Kolavets Sridhar is simply selling banana leaves, banana root, banana flower. That's all. And maybe, because in a banana, in his kutir, there are some 4 or 5 bananas trees. Or maybe 10 trees would be there. And you see that, she was not a, what is it called, like wholesale, banana merchant. They will have big orchards of banana trees. No, he was not. In his house, there may be 5-6 bananas. That's all. And hardly once in a year you will have 1 banana will be coming. So mostly banana leaves he sold. How much you will get selling banana leaves? Because it was Navadip, so he could sell. Because Navadip was a very prosperous university town those days. So he could sell there. But normally, who would purchase banana leaves? Even I was surprised. 500 years back, who would purchase? नहीं खरीद रहे हैं.
इसमें तो बहुत हर घर में केला होता है.
No, still he was selling means somebody was purchasing. Because there were many takers. There are so many Brahman professors, right? So they all use bananas, and they may have rented apartment, they may not have bananas, so they will purchase, because it was a big town. So yes, he could sell this. So but he was satisfied. Why he was satisfied? Because he was deriving new rasa from Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, if you don't derive rasa from the Mahamantra, life is hellish, I can tell you. It is not that if you go there or go here, you will become a better devotee. No. Wherever you are, if you don't focus on chanting and hearing, then life is not very meaningful. The Lord said, "But I see your cloth is mended in 10 places. The roof of your cottage has no straw." Actually, it is said that Kolavets Sridhar had a hut, and there are many holes in that roof. So whenever it rains, he will be in one corner, almost drenched in water. That is how he lived. But he was not perturbed. While sitting or standing in one corner of his house while it is pouring torrential rain, he would be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is why 2 great acharyas are my very dear favorite. One is Gaur Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, and the other is Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. These people, they demonstrated that to become Krishna conscious, you don't require anything. You don't need anything. All that you need is your mala bag and chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Mahaprabhu is saying, look at other people. They worship Chandi, so they have no scarcity for food or cloth. Yes, if you worship Chandi, you will get opulence. But with opulence, peace will be gone. You will not be in peace. Those who worship Chandi and Durga, they are never peaceful people. They can never be in peace, because Durga gives you opulence, but with the opulence he gives you Trishul. You understand Trishul? Devendra Arya, do you follow what is Trishul? Trishul. So if you ask opulence, then Durga is ready there. Sometime Adhyatmic class, sometime Adi Bhautik class, sometime Adi Daivik class. You will get. So, someone can read, who was reading Ashish Gupta, Bapi Sarkar. Beautiful chapter, Baba. Yes. Bapi Sarkar, read.
Mr. Dandavad Pranam. The Lord further said, just see how the followers of Shakta philosophy
Live happily.
not by worshipping the eternally revered Supreme Lord, but worshipping Chandika Devi, who award benediction for sense gratification, like wealth, followers, and conquest of enemies, and by worshipping Vishahari, who destroyed the fear of snakes. And you have brought on yourself this pathetic condition by engaging in the service of Lord without expressing any desire for material happiness and comfort. Through his question put before the great devotee Sridhar, Sri Gaurasundara revealed the mentality of pure Vaishnavas and illustrated proper philosophy. In Srimad Bhakti Vinod Thakur's famous books named Jaiva Dharma, the mentality of Shakta philosophy followers who desire material advancement is described. Who can see by his description that communities desirous of material advancement and put up with false pride based on perishable material wealth, followers, knowledge, and their deceitful civilization are cheated out of achieving the ultimate goal of life on account of seeing the external poverty of Vaishnavas and attributing various needs and abomination on the Vaishnavas. Actually, they do not understand that the Vaishnavas alone are the rightful heirs of Lord Narayana's entire sixfold opulence.
Okay. So, devotees have natural opulence. What is that natural opulence? If you have Narayan within your heart, Lakshmi is there. If you have Krishna in your heart, Lakshmi is there within you. The so-called external opulence is Maya, it's illusion. And only a Krishna devotee can understand, others cannot understand. Those who are pretenders in the dress of Krishna devotees, they also cannot understand. Only a genuine devotee, those who are blessed by Krishna, those who are blessed by Guru, they only can understand this. Others can never understand what is natural opulence. A devotee should always seek the natural opulence. Natural opulence. Sridhar then replied, "O Brahmana, what you say is indeed correct. Yet the time passes equally for everyone." What a beautiful, beautiful statement. The king has jewels in his house and he eats opulent food. Meanwhile, the birds live in trees. Yet time passes equally for everyone, as they all enjoy fruits of their previous activities by the will of the Lord. So in reply to Lord's question, Sridhar Vipra said, although according to mundane calculation the worshippers of the demigods who do not worship Vishnu appear superior, the Vaishnavas and non-Vaishnavas both pass their lives in the same way. Actually, non-Vaishnavas are busy making arrangement for their comfortable material happiness through material advancement while remaining indifferent to the service of Lord Hari. The Vaishnavas are always busy serving the Lord while remaining indifferent to material advancement, thus have no opportunity to act as sense enjoyers. As a king lives in his palace, which is full of unlimited jewels, pearls, wealth and opulences, receiving unlimited care and affection and respect from his many order carriers, servants and associates, and thus passes his time accumulating many valuable foodstuffs and clothes that he desires. In a similar way, birds who are nourished without endeavor by Mother Nature also build their nest with straw and grasses at the tops of high trees and pass their time accumulating their respective food from here and there by their own hard labor without the help of anyone else. Everyone passes their life in the same way. Everyone lives within this world, enjoying the happiness and distress of their own karma. As a result of my karma, I am also passing my time in the service of the Lord according to my own intelligence and taste without desiring external material advancement. So this is very, very important to understand, dear devotees. Dear devotees, everybody is passing their time, but devotees, they are having Krishna within their heart. Devotees are becoming freed from their karma, whereas the others, a king leading an opulent life for sure, but then he is creating his future life probably as a servant in the palace, or even worse, as a horse within the palace, or even worse, as a dog within the palace, or even worse, as a rat within the palace. Who knows how he is constructing his future life. Everybody is passing their lives. Everybody is passing their life same way. You cannot live more than 100 years. Everybody has to pass excreta. Everybody has to breathe. Everybody has to take the treatment for disease. But devotees, they are on their way back to Godhead. and non-devotees are going to go through miserable future. This one has to understand. As a result of my karma, I am also passing my time in the service of the Lord according to my own intelligence and taste without desiring external material advancement. Therefore, according to material calculation, I have no necessities at all. Those with equal vision do not discriminate between objects of sense gratification. Rather, discriminating between inferior and superior objects of sense enjoyment simply indicates one's likes and dislikes. If you live in Noida, if you live in Chandigarh, if you live in Delhi, if you live in Bangalore, if you purchase a car, so instead that bringing happiness to your family, it will bring unhappiness to your family. Your wife would say, "Oh, why did you purchase this car? Didn't you see? My neighbor, they got Mercedes. What you have got? Maruti Dhatada. What you have got? Wretched Maruti you have purchased." And then another neighbor, he is cursing her husband. See, he has got Maruti and you have this wretched two-wheeler. So by purchasing one car, the person who purchased is suffering. The neighbor is suffering. Everybody is suffering. Just like if you build a house. What is this house you built? I am going to change this house. This is not a correct house. This is good for nothing. I will make a better house. So when the house was not there, nobody was telling you anything. The moment you built a house, your wife will poke you. Your children will poke you. And then your parents will tell you, "Why did you make this house? We are fighting every day." So like that, you are in the middle, suffering. And why did I build a house at all? Anyway, I am not staying there and still I am suffering. What a misery it is. So this is how is this material world. When I was in Kurukshetra, I went to someone's house. But though both husband and wife, they were doctors. And I asked them, "How many hours you stay in your clinic?" They said, "We are staying almost 18 hours. Then I said, "What is the use of your house here?" And they don't have any children also. Okay. And who is enjoying that house? There are two servants. They are enjoying their house. Okay. So they worked very hard. They have no children. And that money they have spent and built a big house. Very big house. So this is the beauty, so-called beauty of this material world. And still, our Vinay Gupta is saying, this is very beautiful. When I told him that you should not get married, get ready for Jharkhand, that fellow is not coming forward. This Vinay Gupta is such a disgruntled, what is it called? Unfaithful fellow. Not only Vinay Gupta, everyone. Give your life to Krishna. Abhishek Jaiswal is looking at me. Oh, and that is why people are saying that they should not talk to me, because if they talk to me, finished. I am not here to placate you, my dear friends. I can tell you this much. What should I do? Why should I placate you? I am already 54. Tomorrow you may not see me. This body may perish anytime. So if at all I can do anything, I will speak sharp words. If there is some purity in that words, at least it will work on you. And doesn't work also so good. No harm. But by telling, "Oh, Vinay Gupta, you are so wonderful," placating. Sunil Reddy, you want to do PhD? Okay, come. I'll get a very nice PhD student. Yes. Become a donkey here? You see, Ravi Nitai Chand has become a first class donkey. And he doesn't have a companion. No. Those with equal vision do not discriminate between objects of sense enjoyment, rather discriminating between inferior and superior objects of sense enjoyment simply indicates one's likes and dislikes. In ancient time, due to scarcity of varieties of enjoyment like good food and clothing, people were extremely poor and narrow-minded. In the course of time, people gradually became more busy in activities of material sense enjoyment and continued such endeavors with the support of mundane physics and science. There is a historical perspective I will tell you because of this. You see, earlier, wherever there was very poverty, lot of poverty was there, those countries become communist countries. And when poverty was eradicated and the country became well off, then people started looking for religiosity. This so-called religiosity, so-called communism, everything are part of same trash can. Okay? Because once you have opulence, you will go to Chandi Mata, or a Chandi Mata version in different culture. Because you want more money, more security, more safety. Okay? So wherever there is more opulence, like America, Europe, so people talk about religiosity, but they will not talk about Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means rejecting the illusory nature of the material world absolutely. One should have an incisive brain. The word should be so sharp, it must cut through your attachment. If we minutely study, however, we will see that there is not much difference between the people's happiness and distress in two time periods. Although there is certainly an increase and decrease in the necessities of life, since conditioned souls welcome enjoyment of the fruits of their activities according to their respective desires, all the living entities pass their time in the same way. But those who are devotees of Lord achieve happiness from His service and thus pass their time in unalloyed happiness, considering even so-called external misery as happiness. And those who are engaged in material happiness enjoyment, which is not related with the Lord, pass their time in temporary, adulterated happiness and destroys. So there are two categories. Everybody is passing their life, but one is situated in eternal time. The other is situated in serpentine time. Serpentine time can devour you anytime, and eternal time will always keep you at the shelter of Krishna. Okay? So, dear devotees, please think. This Kolavecha Sridhar and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussion is very, 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 very important for us. Devotees, wherever there is opulence, there is no devotion. I was in Qatar. In Qatar, those days there are 5, 6 or 7 sanghas, bhakti sanghas. One bhakti sangha was there in the locality of Bengali people, mostly Bangladeshis. These people are mostly labor class people. But the devotees who were leaders in Katar Yatra, they always enjoyed the association of these Bangladeshi devotees than the so-called opulent devotees. You know why? Because these Bangladeshi devotees, they had natural devotion. They had natural devotion. Although they were not very well off, but spontaneity of the devotion for Krishna, the innocence in their devotion is so charming, people are naturally attracted. Let me tell you, the so-called opulence will never bring any happiness within us. So it is better that we go to Jharkhand, where people are very penury stricken, but we can enjoy with them Krishna consciousness because they have innocence. And associating with innocent people, rekindling their Krishna consciousness and making them go back to Godhead is a better source of happiness than dealing with people, those who are constantly suffering from Maya. Okay? Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. If you have any question, we can take up. Jalil Sudhanimad is saying is that what is the need of Brahma to go back to his position? Because he has already, after being Haridas Thakur, he has already perfected his life. Brahma is not doing his job because he likes it. He is doing his job because Krishna has entrusted that job. It is an overwhelming responsibility. Somebody has to become Brahma, and Lord has made him Brahma. So, Brahma is a position anyway. So he is doing that service. Now, Haridas Thakur goes back as Brahma. Haridas Thakur goes back as Brahma. Just like Vidura came here and went back as Yamaraj again. If education and wealth, etc. are curses, how do we understand the benediction stating in Bhagavad Gita 6:41? The arrangement of Lord by which unsuccessful yogis take birth in aristocratic families. Yes, you see that there are many big people like Buddha was born in a very rich family, and but he gave up everything because such people, by being born in aristocracy, can easily reject those aristocracy because they won't crave for it, right? And as we told, no, suppose you are born in a very poverty-stricken situation, then you struggle to, I have told this, among all stresses in this mundane life, the financial stress is the highest. And hence the life of a poverty-stricken person is a curse for himself because he can't even feed himself properly. So how can he think about Krishna? But if somebody is naturally Krishna consciousness, then for him the state of poverty is good. So your question is that why Krishna is saying Srimatam Suchinam Gehe. So it is not only in the house of aristocracy, in the house of also Vaishnavas. Okay? House of Vaishnavas also. So in Kali Yuga, normally Vaishnavas are not very well off. Normally Vaishnavas are not well off. So, yes, we have seen normally those who are aristocrat family are pious person, so that is why. Next, Bhishma was one of the Basus as per SB. He went back to spiritual world. He didn't go back to his seva. How do you know it? He went back as a Basu. He went back as a Basu. He is one of the demigods, principal demigod. 33 demigod, 8 Basus are one of them, and he went back as Basu. See, you people are confused. Went back to Godhead means what? Went back to Godhead means he attained, he liberated himself. Even as a Basu, he is Krishna conscious, fully Krishna conscious. Brahmaji is always Krishna conscious, in spite of overwhelming responsibility. They have a tenure. Nobody can say, I will die now. No. It is not like that. Everybody finally depends on Krishna. It is up to Krishna when he will take. But going back to Godhead is not necessarily to go to Golok Vrindavan. Going back to Godhead means you remain within the shelter of Krishna's internal potency. That is going back to Godhead. That means Krishna is personally using you as an instrument. So Brahma, current Brahma is being used as an instrument. So also the Basu, one of the Basus, who was Bhishma Dev 5000 years ago. So they have become now instrument of Krishna. Pure instrument. All demigods are instrument of Krishna, but some of them are mixed and some are pure. Like Yamaraj. Vidura came here, he went back and again became an instrument. So some of them are pure instruments, some are mixed instrument. Okay, so I thank all of you. We are on time, and I hope these my very sharp words are not pinching you. But if it had pinched, then I am very happy. Okay. So, dear devotees, this is the book, Toto Chan, Little Girl at the Window. This book I read in 1992. This is not a Krishna conscious book, but this book can be used as a school model that will open in Jharkhand. Certainly. Okay. So, and also possibly we can start some model and this within our Gurukul campus in Vrindavan. So it is possible. Piyush Sehgal, अरे पीयूष सहगल का तो आंसर कर दिया. Sudhir Jalalimudi is saying, completed reading 25% of this book. Good. Get ready to start such a school. Sarvagya Gauranga school. Okay. So, I would like if people So teaching is not simply teaching some mundane warfare. Teaching means building their character. The material intelligence will come to them anyway according to their karma. Krishna teaches us anything that we want to meditate. Krishna will teach us. Any solution, societal problem will have some solution is necessary. Krishna gives. So it is very important that we have a proper model of education. So Jai Sri Sri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki, Sila Giriraj Krishna ki, Sri Radha Ramanju ki, Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay, thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.